Hi, everybody. Welcome to another post-game show here from the Bastards of Boston. Well, another Friday night comes, Brendan. Another one that you're going to drink your sorrows away from. Red
Oh,
Sox lose by a final score of 7-1 and get absolutely lambasted at Fenway Park. Not to really Kutter Crawford's problem. Wasn't his fault. It wasn't his issue per se. This was much more so that this offense is anemic. They suck. I'm going to put the big words out there, Brendan.
yeah.
They deserve to be said they suck. It
Oh,
is a disgrace on what is being put out there on a night by night basis. I want to welcome you in.
hey, Nick, happy to be here. It's always a privilege to come on the Bastard Show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right now we're in a dark age. You're trotting out an infield of Dahlbeck, Reyes, not Haley,
Valdez and Rafaela.
Valdez, Rafaela. None of those guys can.
Ugly.
None of them can hit at a major league level. When it
Nope.
comes to Rand, he hasn't missed a single game. I think that might be a part of it. A little bit of just tax on that guy. And yeah, they're missing key guys. Yoshida wasn't in the lineup again. He's a hitter for them, somewhat of a hitter that they need. And Cassis is someone that they were leaning on. Seems like that injury is more serious than we thought. He tried to
Let's
pull.
talk about that for a second. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah,
We heard today that this is actually not a rib issue. This is more of a cartilage issue, which is extremely alarming for me to hear this because this could absolutely be a detriment to his career now, Brendan. I'm really concerned on this right now.
yeah, I am too. He supposedly had it happened during the first Cleveland series in Fenway Park, but he played through it. He was seeing the ball really well, and he played through it. And the pain just got to a point where he couldn't keep going. In the series against the Pirates, and that's when he went down. And I guess him trying to play through it might have bit him bad in the long run. It's like 3 to 6 weeks until he can start rehab. So it's
If
uh,
that.
if that, so it's a tough spot for him for sure. They need to get him right in the long term. They can't rush anything. This year is pretty much punted already. They need to get him right. He's a key part of what they are trying to build here.
I want to ask you if you saw the play. I can't remember what inning it was, but it was a ground ball to Pablo Reyes over at third base, and
Yep.
he bounced the throw over to Dahlbeck. Dahlbeck was not able to scoop the ball, and it was another one of the more atrocious errors of the season that they've had. Who do you put more blame on that play? Do you blame both players? Do you blame one? I'm curious to hear your take.
Look, Dahlbeck, he's not leaving the bag in that play, which I think he's supposed to take his foot off and just stop the ball. But also Reyes with a pretty bad throw. Both those guys are out of position. Both those guys are AAA guys. Both those guys don't belong on the team. But
Thank you. I'm
this is
glad you said
where
that.
Bobby Dahlbeck is clawing to break 100 batting average right now off of 20 at bats. Um, you know, it's a tough spot to be a Red Sox fan. And we got to talk about the pitching. The pitching from Chicago, what could have been. Imanaga was available at a good
Of course he
price.
was.
They didn't want him.
Because your cheapskate owner, John Henry, doesn't want to believe in his investment anymore. He wants to skate by with suckers who continue to go to Fenway Park and feed his wallet. I've talked about this ad nauseum here. The more you support that buffoon who doesn't give an Evan Levin crap about his baseball team, the more you fans are to blame for this problem. The only way this whole thing gets better is if it hurts his bottom dollar. all of you students who continue to feed into this $8, $9 ticket thing again to go get your frickin' beer, call my cell, hit me up, and I'll go get you your freaking beer or whatever the heck you want, compared to going and support this imbecile who has no desire in this land to improve his baseball team. Yes, I just spoke the big vocabulary and language at this, but the only way you're going to improve this team is to hurt this jackwagon's wallet. I am so sick of it, Brendan, right now. This is disgusting. It's not even May 1st, and this team is unwatchable. Unwatchable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's bad, and it's just getting worse. No, if they bring in Imanaga and Whitlock gets moved to the pen where he belongs, because he's gotten hurt every single year, they've tried to make him a starter. All of a sudden, that rotation is, I mean, it was already top notch, but now it's out of control, top notch, and they're healthy, and they're dominating. That was a huge pickup that they didn't go for. Chicago gets him, and he's a stud. He's outperforming Yamamoto right now, which is wild. And in the big picture, you were talking about Henry. One of the biggest problems is when they do spend the money, it is on the wrong guy every single time. When it comes to Yoshida, he's on a 5-year contract as a DH making $90 million. He's a hole. Chris Sale was another hole that they're paying off right now. Every turn I keep seeing Raffy Devers over Mookie Betts. He's making 300 plus million. He's going to be a DH probably next year. Every single turn when they do spend the money, it's a terrible look. And it's
a great take that you have right there. And the only contract that I can really justify that was worth every single penny of what was done was way back in 2000 when Manny Ramirez was signed by Dan Duquette. Manny Ramirez was worth every single dollar, and he's still getting money right now, and that is well worth your investment on everything that was there. You could maybe say that the first John Lester contract was worth it. The first Dustin Pedroia contract was. But outside of that, I really can't think of anything else long-term here that the Red Sox made a key investment with that was worth the dollar. So in a way, I guess we can say to John Henry, if you want to really kind of take that point and say, well, your general managers have kind of screwed the pooch here and not really done their money's worth here or their homework here and giving them the contracts out to the best players. I can hear that. I can understand that. But when you let guys go like a Justin Turner and you let guys go that are your identity, your piece of your team, your Mookie Betts getting traded because you don't have the money to afford them. How can I look myself in the mirror and not laugh at that? I can't. Right now, It is the curse of Mookie Betts. I'm just going to put it out there right now. You are getting absolutely effed right now from trading away Mookie Betts. Absolutely. And if you people don't agree with that, go to the next airplane and get the heck out of here and go off the planet Zippy, because it's just ridiculous if you don't agree with that. Mookie Betts would be the most excited, amazing player that this team has ever seen. He could play any position, and I don't really care what his batting average would be. At least you could go to the park and enjoy a player. There is not one single player on this team that I want to go to Fenway Park and root for.
Valdez.
That is freaking ridiculous. I have never in my lifetime had that. I went through even the early beginnings of Mo Vaughn's. I went through the early beginnings with Tim Wakefield, where you wanted to go see. I went through the Pedro era, the Derek Lowe era, the Kurt Schilling era, the David Ortiz era, of course, the Mike Lowell, the Kevin Youkilis, the Dustin Pedroias. What the living hell does this team have that you want to go and see right now?
Oh, I mean, that
dirt? You want to go see dirt?
That group of infielders was just comical. I'm sorry.
Go see Bobby Dahlbeck fall in his face at first base.
It's a bunch of It's a bunch of Jags, just a bunch of guys, like they're not even real players. Raphael,
I could go to the nearest dairy farm and go field and infield.
no doubt. I mean, Raphael, but it's going to take a lot of
Got
time.
some chickens, got some cows, got some horses, get some ducks. Hey, you know what? At least it would bring a crowd.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. It's going to be a bad year. It's a bad year.
I know people are gonna say sometimes, "Oh, they're 14-13. It could be worse." Blah, 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 blah.
Bad.
It
It's a
is
bad.
unacceptable, folks. This is supposed to be one of the best baseball franchises in the entire MLB. And what you people surrendered to is the whole thing that this is okay. This is totally fine. Don't worry. These special prospects, which we don't have a hill of beans and knowing are going to come up and do actually anything, are going to be okay, and it's going to be good. I can't look those people in the eyes right now and take them any serious, because right now your product right now is waste management, putrid, disgusting, rotten, horrid, bad. How's that sound?
Yeah, I mean, you play a semblance of a competent team, and you look terrible. You don't even look on the same class. So
Tomorrow, we don't have a starting pitcher, believe it or not, folks. We just don't. We've gone through everybody. This guy hasn't got hurt yet, so we're going to throw him out there tomorrow afternoon. His name is Josh Winchowski. He will throw tomorrow, and he will be opposed against a guy who probably will actually be a starting pitcher in the league come to now. His name is Ben Brown. Right now, he is 0-0 with a 3.72 ERA. He's thrown in 6 games, 19 innings pitched. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm not a happy camper. I think it's disgusting on what we're seeing on a day by day basis. I keep saying day by day, night by night, but this is what we see. I'm sorry if I keep saying the same vocabulary. This is just a product that continues to blow my mind. Any final thoughts, Brendan?
hoping to take one against Chicago, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
At this point, I'm ready to put my name in there and get a contract signed, because if that's the best you got at first base to play at Dahlbeck, folks, just tell the Red Sox I'll go and play first base. I'm at the you can do worse. You could do worse. It's just I'll go get my glove, I'll get my bat, I'll get everything ready to go, and at least you'll have somebody that has passion and cares at first base.
Oh,
At least you'll have that. So, all right. This was not how my Friday night was looking to be, but yep, I'm frustrated. I'm pissed. I'm angry. It is what it is.
oh yeah.
That'll do it here. I'm gonna go drink my sorrows away. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Brendan, say a prayer.
We'll
I will see you soon.
Good night, everybody.